free media, and we exploded after years. Good evening, everybody. This is Rabbi Karen, and I welcome you to our Tuesday evening Ma'ariv service. Welcome, everybody. We're on Facebook, we're on Zoom, we're on simshalom.com, we're on YouTube. Welcome to everybody. We have our restream chat on if anybody wants to say hi. We have our Zoom chat. We're here tonight with Ellen Rose, Toby, Sue, Dana, Rabbi Elias, Marvin, Sharon, and Rudolph, and Reba in Japan. So this is our group from live on Zoom, and the rest of you are out there, most probably in Facebook. Or I heard we do have a big crowd in YouTube too. So welcome to all of you who are there. Okay. So let's get ready to begin. Let me hit. Okay, let's hit share. And we begin our Tuesday Ma'ariv service. Hine matovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Just pointing out, when I made these slides, see, each rabbi makes their own slides as a project. I tried to fit in as much transliteration here as I could. That's for you, because if you don't know the Hebrew, I want you to be able to recite with us in transliteration. And if there's no transliteration, but it's English, recite it in English. I want you all to participate because these are prayers for you. And now our call to praise. Baruch hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Praise Adonai, to whom our praise is due forever. Praise be Adonai, to whom praise is due now and forever. Okay. There we go. My favorite time of day, watching the sun rise, watching the sun set. It is our physical seeing the miracle that Adonai created of separating light from dark and dark from light. Although in Florida, we've got at least another good hour or so of sunlight, but we can imagine some of these beautiful sunsets. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bivaro ma'ariv aravim, bechokma potech sharim, uvitvuna mishaneh tim umachaliv et hazmanim, umsader et kochavim b'mishmoroteyim barakia kirtzono. With wisdom you open gateways, with understanding you alter times, vary the seasons and assign the stars to their watches in the sky. Borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshek v'choshek mipnei or, umavir yom uvein layla, umevi layla. Adonai, umavdil bein yom uvein layla, Adonai tzevaot shemo. El chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu li'olam va'ed, baruch atah Adonai, ha'ma'ariv aravim. O living and ever-enduring God, reign over us forever and ever. Blessed are you, Eternal One, who brings on twilight. Everlasting love you offer your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. All right, let's take a little break for the moment. Let's say hi. Welcome to Al, who has joined us. And iPhone Joanne is with us this evening. Sephora. Hey, Sephora, I tried to text you last night. I don't know if it went through or not. Okay, let me know if you got a text or maybe you changed your name, your number. All right, let's take a look at our restream. Nope, we're still quiet on Cyberland. But if anybody comes in, they want to say hi, we'd love to hear from you. All right, let's go back. Al, you be safe in your driving tonight. Okay, Sephora, that's great. I'll keep this number. I'll just save this number for the time being so that I'll have it later on when I'm not doing services and I'm not teaching. Thank you. Okay, let's go back to our share. Okay, share, and let's go back, play from the cover. Okay, here we go. And now a prayer that tells us who we are, our beliefs, not a prayer where we ask, but a prayer. And why do we cover our eyes with our hands? So as to not be distracted as we say this prayer. The prayer that we try to say every night before we close our eyes, and every night as soon as we wake up, we recite the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Blessed be the name of his glorious kingdom forever and ever. And you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. And all these words which I command you on this day shall be in your heart. And you shall teach them diligently to your children, and you shall speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you rise up, and when you lie down. And you shall bind them for a sign upon your hand, and they shall be for frontlets between your eyes. And you shall write them on the doorposts of your house and upon your gates. And you may remember and do all my commandments, and be holy, holy unto your God. And as Miriam and the women went through the parting of the Red Sea, they sang this song of praise. Mi chamocha balim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, no ra tehilot osef eleh. Your children witnessed your sovereignty, the sea splitting before Moses and Miriam. This is our God, they cried. Adonai will reign forever and ever. Let's remember Miriam and the water. We touched on that yesterday. We're going to continue that today. Thus it is said, Adonai redeemed Jacob from a hand stronger than his own. Praise are you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. Eternal One, our God, cause us to lie down in peace and raise us up in life, our sovereign. Spread over us your shelter of peace. Guide us with your good counsel. Save us for your name's sake. Shield us and remove from our path all hostility, disease, war, famine, and sorrow. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings. For you are a protecting and saving power. Truly a sovereign power, gracious and compassionate are you. Guard our going and our coming in life in peace, now and for all eternity. Spread us over your shelter of peace. Baruch atah Adonai, aporesh sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. Blessed are you, Eternal One, who spread your shelter of peace over us, over your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Yitkada v'yitkada shemei rabba b'yamad divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chai b'chayechon uvyo omechon uvchayedecho Beit Yisrael Bagala uvizman kariv v'yimeru amen Yeshmei Rabba Mevorach Le'olam Maya Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yipar V'yiraman V'yinaseh V'yitadar V'yitale V'yitala Shemei Dekudusha B'richu Le'elam Mikol Bechata V'shirata Tush Bechata V'nechemata Tamiram B'yalma V'yimeru amen. Okay, we're going to stop the share. See if anybody came on Restream. Nope, tonight Restream is quiet. So it's just us guys, and that's fine with me. Parsha Shukat. Rebecca was at the well. Now, as I was going over this, I said, Rebecca, we're not in Rebecca. We're already up to Moses. But let's hold that thought. And Nicole came on to Restream to say hi. Welcome, Nicole. I'm glad you're here. Rebecca was at the well when Yitzchak's servant came to her, asking for water for himself. She also, on her own, watered the camels. According to Robert Heyman, connection of water and women, life-giving source, and women give and protect life. The well was the connection for women, sense of community, a meeting place for women to gather together. They were responsible for water, for watering the flock and bringing water to the families. Rachel and Jacob, Moses and Zipporah. Think about when Moses met his wife, was at that well. According to B. Yehuda Sherpin, the Zohar explains that Miriam stood by the waters of the Nile and watched over her baby brother Moses to ensure he would be safe. The Midrash connects the well to Miriam's exuberant praise after the splitting of the sea, as we just sang in Mi Chamocha. Since she was so grateful for a miracle that occurred through water, Adonai praised her with water, for which the Jewish people sang even more praise. Leah Carolyn writes, I step into the mikveh. Has anybody here ever been into a mikveh, male or female? It's a fascinating experience. The water is a comfortable heat and as high as my chest. At the top of the stairs, the mikveh attendant is standing with her head turned away, eyes downcast. Oh, I have a putty cat here on my side. Hold on a minute. Oh, I have a putty cat who just left. Never mind. She is there to make sure I submerge completely, but for now she is respecting my privacy. I plunge in head first and stop breathing. My eyes and lips were loosely closed, and my fingers are spread apart. Waves form above my body. The water rushes around me and fills my open pores. There is nothing that comes between the water and me, not even stray hairs or loose scabs. I am immersed. I curl into a fetal position, floating for a moment with folded limbs. I get up. My hair mats to my face and back. My ears are full of water, and I faintly hear the mikveh attendant say the word kosher. According to the women's commentary, Miriam's legacy is not based on being someone's mother or wife, but on her own merit. She was considered a prophet, and the midrash is that she taught the women to find the holy wherever they were open to it, wherever they could be responsive. Guarding Moses at the Nile, singing song of praise as they went through the parting of the Red Sea, which was Mi Chamocha, providing life-giving water through Miriam's well. Was this a rolling rock that traveled for 4 decades? Upon the death of Miriam, the community was without water. The rabbis concluded that the community had water for 40 years due to the merit of Miriam. When she passed, they lost their water source. Water, all life-giving, all sustaining. Women, all life-giving, all sustaining. Both precious, both the cornerstone of life, all precious and even nurturing. Yet women throughout history had not been treated as such. The responsibilities for ourselves have been taken out of our hands, as if women cannot handle that responsibility. Responsibility is not based on gender, says Rabbi Jeffrey, and he's right. Yet I know so many who are threatened by strong, responsible, in-charge women. Hopefully they will see that women can be who they are, whatever they are, the prophet, the nurturer, the leader, without anyone feeling threatened or taking anything away from them. And that's my point on women. I got a message. Reba, it is not usually required depending, she's talking about the mikvah, okay? It is not usually required, depends on which part of Judaism and the individual rabbi themselves. Here in Florida, many do a mikvah here at the ocean. Not naked, but at the ocean.
I did my mikvah in my backyard in a natural spring.
There you go. I've done Zoom conversions, and I required the family to surround the person in water, whether it was at the beach or not, and to recite the prayers, which I could not be at attendance for, but they did that. Now, here's the interesting thing. I adopted my son when he was little. And when he was 5, I took him to the mikveh with his kindergarten teacher because she had adopted a baby. She had an infant. And we found an Orthodox mikveh to do the conversions. So here's my son, 5 years old, with his kindergarten teacher going into a mikveh. The teacher and I both wore bathing suits because we were not there as part of a conversion, but rather we were the mommies. And they weren't going to let babies in the water by themselves. And my son, the little pisher, it's walking down a staircase and you turn and you look up and there's the rabbis there for the Bet Din. We just finished the summer and he learned how to swim and he goes, I know how to do this myself. Go ahead. And as he's walking, the water is going up his arm and up his arm. And as he got to his shoulders, Ma! I said, not to worry, I'm here. And I held him under his arm. Now, he had seen some of the babies. Now, it's 3 dunks. And I said, we'd seen the little babies cry. They're hysterical. They don't know what's happening. And I said to him, just hold your breath. I'm going to dunk you 3 times. No problem. He's like, I could do that. Again, the little pisher. I could do that. So I dunk him 3 times, but a little piece of the crown of his head did not go under. So the rabbi said, 1 more. I said, hold your breath again, kid. Boom, did it again. And that was it. He goes up the stair. Now, the point was here he was naked in front of his kindergarten teacher. I said, do you want me to cover you? He says, no, I'm cool. He was a cool 5-year-old. And, go back up into the changing room, dries off, and the Bet Din filled out the conversion papers, which he was quite disappointed. They didn't ask him any questions. He was hoping they would at least say, what's your Hebrew name? Or why do you want to be Jewish? Because he actually prepped for that. But we have his conversion papers, and that was his and my experience in a mikvah. So it was a very, I look at everything with an analytical eye. So I enjoyed observing what this was at the mikvah. All right, let's get back to our service. And I know we're going to come to Mishabera in a moment, so let me just find it on my phone. Okay. So now let's take a few minutes to listen to the prayers in our hearts and in our mind. Oh, say shalom bimruma, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. May the one who causes peace to reign in the high heavens, let peace descend on us and all Israel, and let us say amen. Let me just add, I want to thank you for the nice notes I got about my story. It was, for me, a memorable experience. He may claim, my son's 38 now. He may claim he remembers it. He claims he remembers everything in life. I have no idea. But the fact is, it was a very fascinating experience, something to partake in, which is not part of our everyday experience. Okay. So now we're going to go. There we are. All right, let's stop the share. Please, if you have a name on our Mishabera list, please type it in. Sid and Joyce, Katie, Luna, and Boomer, Chris, Robin, Lisa's daughter, Ronnie, Seal's daughter, Rabbi Allison's daughter, Miriam Bat Shulamit, Carrie, daughter of Bonnie, Leslie, Mindalea Bat Chaya, Maxine, Marcia, Marlene Bat Sylvia, Bobby, George, Stu, David, Cantor Ovadia, Samantha, Judy, and Steve. Okay. Andrea Bat Marcia, Kurt Ben Norma, Roland Ben Margaret, Toby, and Deb. All right, let's go. Dorothy, Marlene, Bill, Robert, Jean, David, Grandma Franny, Toby, all suffering PTSD. All seem Shalomers in need of refuah shlema, Erica, L&D, and all other cancer patients. Al's wife, Tracy, Ziona, and her husband, Tom, Jim, Bob, Tom, Mark, Paul. Is it pronounced Andy? Toby? Andy, Granny Franny, Alan, Tracy, Sephora, and Ellen Friedman. Sharon's mom, Georgette, Stephen, Douglas, Showen family, Ellen Friedman, Al, Tracy, all who need healing, Granny Franny, McDonald, Bill, Ben, Ann, Marlene Bat Chava, Rivka Bat Svia, Adore family, Kara, Dave Hall, John Hall, Annie, Peggy, and Ellen Friedman, Sylvia, all those suffering emotionally and physically and spiritually throughout the world, Howard Gruber, Dawn, all out, Christina, all not, Nelson Raspoldo. Okay, I was going to call on you, Marvin, but I see you wrote it all down. All right. Thank you all. Let's go back. Yes, Andy, absolutely. We all go through. Mishe beirach avotenu Mechol habraha limotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishe beirach imotenu Mechol habraha le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula liotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kikoye haratzot, v'lo samanu kimishpachot hadama, shelo sam helkenu kahem, v'goralenu kehol hamanam, anachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, lifnei melech malchei hamlochim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, B'ne'eman, V'aya Adonai, L'melech HaKoretz, Bayom Ha'hu, Yeh Adonai Echad, U'shmo Echad. We recall the loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who passed in this season and years past, and those whom we have taken into our hearts with our own. The memories of all of them are with us. Our griefs and our sympathies are mingled as we praise God and pray for the coming of Adonai's kingdom. Yit gadal v'yit gadal shemei rabbah, v'alma divra hirutei v'amlich malhutei, v'chaye chon uv'yomei chon, uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'galav zman kariv yimru. Amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mevorach le'olam olmei almaya. Yit barach v'yishtabach v'yitbar v'yitraman v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalei v'yitalal, shmei dekudusha b'richu. Le'elam min kol bichata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, damiram v'yalma v'yimru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabbah min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. Oseh shalom v'imrumav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. And may all those who are in mourning be comforted by the one who comforts all. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for joining me on this Tuesday evening. It's been a delight working with you again. I really enjoy it. And just be healthy, be happy, and be safe. Can't ask for anything more.
Amen.
Toby, thank you. Toby, I'll text you when I'm ready.
Okay.
Sephora left, but I will text her. And everybody just be well. Thank you, all those who were on Zoom, Nicole and Andy. Very good. Enjoy. And love you.
Shavua Tov. Toda Rabbi Karen.
Shavua Tov to